Today, inshallah, we have Surah number 72, Surah Jinn, ayat number 12 and 13. Surah Jinn, ayat number 12, 13. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri, واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأنا ظننا أن لن نعجز الله في الأرض ولن نعجزه هربا وأنا لما سمعنا الهدى آمنا به فمن يؤمن بربه فلا يخاف بخسا ولا رهقا. And indeed we have become certain that we can never cause failure to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the earth. And we can never defeat him by running. And indeed, when we heard the guidance, Qur'ān Kareem, we believed in it. And whoever believes in his Lord, he does not fear of any loss or injustice. और बेशक हमने यकीन कर लिया कि हम हरगिज़ अल्लाह को आजिज़ नहीं कर सकते ज़मीन में और न उसको आजिज़ कर सकते हैं भाग कर। और बेशक जब हमने कुरान करीम को सुना, हिदायत को सुना, तो हमने उस पर ईमान लाया। बस जो कोई ईमान लाता है अपने रब पर, तो वो किसी किस्म की कमी और ज़्यादती से नहीं डरता। The group of jinn who met Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they heard the recitation of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they believed in it, and afterwards they came back to their fellow jinn and they invited them to Islam. So in a very peaceful and amazing way, they invited the people to Islam. They mentioned everything that you know. We know that we used to go up to the sky and to grab some information, some conversation of the angels. We used to do that. But now we are not able to do that. The only reason is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent someone to the earth to preserve the wahi, the revelation of Qur'ān Kareem. That's the only reason that we are not able. And whenever we go up to the sky, we see the sky filled with the angels, the army of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we see the burning flames everywhere in the sky. So we are not able. Now, these jinn, they invited the people, their jinn community, to Islam. And they said that the only way, the only salvation for us, the only path for us is to accept Islam, to listen to the message of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they admitted, they said that we will never be able to cause failure to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they saw the junood, the army of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the sky. And they saw the burning flames that were thrown upon these jinn, these shayateen. So they said that now we are completely powerless. We have no power over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one, the most powerful. So that's why they say, they confess, they say that we will never be able to cause any failure to Allah. And they say, in the earth, وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا, and we will never be able to run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So either way, we are not able to come face to face to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to na'udhu billah, to defeat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to make him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na'udhu billah, to fight against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or to run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either way, we are not able to do that. So in this ayah, the jinn, they completely surrender themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is what that we as human beings, we should surrender ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we knew the power, the qudra of Allah, that we cannot run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the only way, the only guidance for us is to accept Islam and to believe in the message of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So that's why they say, وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا, and indeed we have become certain, أَلَّن نُعْجِزَ اللَّهِ, that we will never cause failure to Allah, فِي الْأَرْضِ, upon the earth, وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ, and we will never be able to cause him failure, haraba, by fleeing, by running away. And this is mentioned in Qur'ān Kareem, in Surah Al-Rahman, يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ إِنِ اسْتَطَعْتُمْ أَن تَنْفُذُوا مِنْ أَقْطَارِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ فَانْفُذُوا لَا تَنْفُذُونَ إِلَّا بِسُلْطَانٍ. O company of men and jinn, mankind and jinn, if you are able to pass beyond the region, the sides of the sky, to go away from here and to run away, let's do that. Go. Do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is telling not only to the jinn, to the human being, to us, that if you are able to run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so show us. How can you run away from Allah? لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. You cannot run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot pass the afaq, the sides of the sky, to go beyond that, except with the qudra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you are not able to do that, then come back to Allah. So these jinn, they accepted that we are not able. But the jinn, this is the reality, that the jinn are way powerful than the human being. Human being physically, they are not as strong as the jinn are. But they accepted, they say that we cannot cause failure to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What about the human being that if they get a little bit power and they say that now they can outrun Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they can escape? No, they will not be able to do that. The jinn, they say that we are not able to do that anymore. And the jinn, they are the people. That was jinn that who said to Sulaiman alayhi salam, قَالَ عِفْرِيتٌ مِّنَ الْجِنِّ أَنَا آتِيكَ بِهِ. When Sulaiman alayhi salam, when he asked for the throne of Bilqis, that who is going to bring that to me? So there was a jinn, and the jinn, Ifrit, powerful jinn. He said that I'm going to bring that throne all the way from Yemen to here to Palestine. In how much time? Before you rise from here. Before you finish this session, the throne will be here. About 2,000 kilometers. And the other one, he said, قال الذي عنده علم من الكتاب أنا آتيك به قبل أن يرتد إليك طرفك. Within a blink of an eye, I'm going to bring it to you. Just close your eye and open it, and the throne will be here. This is the power, physically how strong they are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them. But they say that we cannot cause failure to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? The reason is that they saw more powerful creation of Allah. They saw more powerful creation of Allah, and who are they? The angels. When they went to the sky, so they say, we saw the sky muli'at harasan shadidan wa shuhuba. We saw the sky filled with haras, with security guards. Wa shuhuba, and filled with flames. Because the angels are then more powerful than the jinn. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he mentioned in a hadith, of the ayah of Surah, وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ نَزْلَةً أُخْرَى in Surah Al-Najm. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he saw him another time with Sidrat al-Muntaha. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam met Jibreel alayhi salam. He saw him in his real form. And he says, وَلَهُ 600 جَنَاحٍ. He had 600 wings, Jibreel alayhi salam. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that if Jibreel, if he spread one of his wings, not 600, one of his wing, if he spread it, it will cover the entire universe. That is angel. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in another hadith, he describing one angel that who are taking care and holding the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says that the distance, the journey between the earlobe of that angel and the shoulder, the earlobe and the shoulder, just this, like we could say like 4 fingers ours distance is. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that their journey is 700 years journey between the earlobe and the shoulder of the angel. 700 years. Look at the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. And nobody knows the junud, the army of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except Him. These are the angels. These are the angels that just push the day, on the day of judgment, will push these like heavy, huge mountains, and this will be turned into ashes. These are the angels that pushing the clouds in the sky from one place to another place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assigned them these jobs. So the jinn, they understood that we cannot cause failure to Allah. And insan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned about insan that وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Don't walk on the ground with arrogance. Why? إِنَّكَ لَن تَخْرِقَ الْأَرْضَ وَلَن تَبْلُغَ الْجِبَالَ طُولًا. You cannot rip the ground, the earth, and you cannot reach to the sky. This is what a human being is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا. And we become certain, أَلَّن نُعْجِزَ اللَّهِ, that we will never cause failure to Allah fil ardi, in the earth, وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا, and we will never cause failure to Him by fleeing, by running. And one more thing about the number of the angels, how many they are. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned in one hadith that the sky is groaning. The sky, the heavens are groaning. It's जो आवाज़ें निकल आती है आसमान की. Why? And it has to be grown. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says it has to be grown. The reason is that there isn't width of 4 fingers in the sky, but except there is an angel and placing his head to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in sajda. So the heavens, the skies are filled with the angels. Baytul Ma'mur, The Prophet ﷺ mentioned in a hadith in Sahihain, in hadith of Mi'raj, the Prophet ﷺ, when he saw Baytul Ma'mur, the place where the angels are coming and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ asked Jibreel alayhi salam, what is this place? So Jibreel alayhi salam said, this is the place that 70,000 angels every day comes in. And whoever comes today will never be back. Every day new 70,000 angels coming inside Baytul Ma'mur to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you think that Allah need us to worship Him? He doesn't need us. وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ. If you don't praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I don't pray, if I don't do any good amal, in Qur'ān Kareem it's mentioned that everything you see in your surrounding praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not only human being that praying. You look at the jinn, look at the angels, and then look at the mountains. Everything that you see in this universe is praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُم. The only thing that you don't understand, how they praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How they praise. The hadith mentioned that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, before he became the Prophet of Allah, he mentioned in one hadith, after he mentioned to Sahaba that I know the stone, that whenever I pass by that stone said to me, Assalamu alaikum. So these stones, these trees, these heavens and earth and everything that we see, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we shouldn't be like this way that I'm the only one that praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am the one, like Iblis, Iblis said that, no, why you create the human being? We shouldn't do that, what Shaitan did. وَأَنَّا لَمَّا سَمِعْنَا الْهُدَى. And now the angels, the jinn, these people, this group of jinn, they say, وَأَنَّا. And indeed, لَمَّا سَمِعْنَا الْهُدَى. When we heard the guidance, آمَنَّا بِهِ. Right away we believed in it. What is the guidance here? Huda means Qur'ān Kareem, because they heard Qur'an from Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And they say, when we heard the guidance, the Qur'an Kareem, amanna bih. Right away, immediately we believed in it. فَمَنْ يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ. So whoever believes in his Lord, فَلَا يَخَافُ. He shall not have fear, bakhsan, of loss, neither loss, وَلَا رَحَقَ in nar, injustice. Whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not have the fear that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deprive him of the reward. He will not be given the reward, the jaza of his a'mal on the day of judgment. His a'mal, his actions will not be lost, will not be ruined. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he believes in Allah, that Allah will never do that. وَلَا رَحَقَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never do injustice to this person. When someone believes in Allah, he believes that Allah will not do that. Allah will not do any injustice to him. By not doing injustice to him means that this person, he believes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not punish him for something that he didn't do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not punish him more than what he did. So he doesn't have this fear. And the second meaning of this ayah is فَمَن يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ فَلَا يَخَافُ بَخْسًا وَلَا رَهَقًا. Whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he does not have the fear of bakhs, nuqsan, loss. Any loss comes to him, physically, mentally, health, wealth, everything that comes to him, he doesn't lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he's 100% sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my Lord and he will take care of me. Wala zulma, and he doesn't have the fear of zulm, injustice. If injustice is done to him in this world, So he has strong belief in Allah that he will be rewarded for that on the day of judgment. وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا, and indeed we have become certain, أَلَّن نُعْجِزَ اللَّهَ, that we will never cause failure to Allah fil ardi, in the earth, وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ, and we will never cause failure to him, haraba, by fleeing, running away. وَأَنَّا, and indeed we, لَمَّا, when سَمِعْنَا, when we heard, al-huda, the guidance, آمَنَّا بِهِ, we believed in it. فَمَنْ, so whoever, yu'min, believes, بِرَبِّهِ, in his Lord, فَلَا يَخَافْ, so he doesn't fear, بَخْسًا, of diminishing, of decreasing, of loss, وَلَا رَحَقًا, or any injustice. Rules of tajweed. وَأَنَّ, نون مشدد غنة, ظَنَنَّا, again nun mushaddad غنة and alif will be stretched. أَلَّن نُعْجِزَ اللَّهَ, again nun mushaddad غنة, lam of Allah will be heavy. نُعْجِزَ اللَّهَ فِي الْأَرْضِ, ardi, ra heavy. وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ, again nun mushaddad غنة, هَرَبًا, ha from the depth of the throat and ra is heavy. وَأَنَّ, nun mushaddad غنة, لَمَّا, again mim غنة, سَمِعْنَا الْهُدَى, stretching mad, آمَنَّا بِهِ, nun again mushaddad غنة, فَمَن يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ, here is iqlab, means that tanween will be changed into mim. فَمَن يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ, ra heavy. فَلَا يَخَافُ, kha heavy. بَخْسًا wa, sin connected with waw, again here is idgham, nasal sound. وَلَا رَحَقًا, ra heavy. وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا أَلَّن نُعْجِزَ اللَّهَ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا وَأَنَّا لَمَّا سَمِعْنَا الْهُدَى آمَنَّا بِهِ فَمَن يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ فَلَا يَخَافُ بَخْسًا وَلَا رَهَقًا. بارك الله فيكم. Brother Najib, one ayah inshallah.